Isang Chinese national na 14 na taong gulang at isang henyo sa mathematics ang gustong maging Pilipino. Siya po ay si Farrell Wu na nagkamit na ng iba't ibang karangalan sa mga international competition. Chinese nationals po ang mga magulang ni Farrell pero dito po siya sa Pilipinas ipinanganak at marunong po siyang mag-Pilipino. Isang taong gulang pa lamang daw po si Farrell ay marunong na siyang magbilang at sa edad na 3 ay nagtitrade na sa stocks. Dapat maging kaibigan kita para yumaman ako. Joke lang. Kilalanin natin siya ngayon. Welcome sa studio, Farrell.
Yeah.
Yeah, at gusto namin maging Pilipino ka rin. At gusto kitang maging kaibigan. Turuan mo ako mag-stocks.
Yeah.
Congratulations sa'yo. Ang dami mo na... Anong pakiramdam mo nung sinabi ng... there was one person who said that you are one of the 10 smartest kids in the whole world.
Yeah. Actually, when I saw that news article by Business Insider, I had like mixed feelings. Of course, I was happy that there was a Filipino on the list. Actually, I consider myself a Filipino, so I'm happy there's a Filipino on the list. But at the same time, I was also humbled by seeing the achievements of the other 9. Like
Talaga?
Yeah.
Bakit? Sino ba yung 9?
Mostly they're from other countries, like from USA, from Canada, from Malaysia. So they're also around my age. Some of them are a bit older, but they're also able to achieve a lot.
Paano ka ba naging mahilig? Bakit mo ba naging paborito yung math? Ako, ayoko yung math. At maraming bata ang takot na takot sa numbers and computations, yung mga ganyang math na yan.
I think that I started to enjoy math because I've always intrigued by it since before. Like I've been attracted to numbers ever since I'm a kid. And usually, I just want to solve problems. I actually enjoy doing that. That's what made me better. And that actually what made me enjoy it more. If I'm doing better, then of course, I'll enjoy it more.
Tapos 1-year-old ka pa lang daw, ay marunong ka ng...
To add and subtract.
Mag-add and subtract. Yeah. So, nung 2 years old ka, multiplication tsaka division na.
I'm not sure. But I remember that when I'm around 4 years old, I'm looking at the grade 3 and 4 textbooks na.
Ganon. So, I suppose nung elementary ka, pang-college na yung level mo, nagka-calculus ka na.
I learned that around in grade 5 that it's actually a bad idea to jump to calculus first because it's actually also simple, just like regular math.
Calculus is simple?
It's actually simple compared to the problem solving of math Olympiads.
Oh, wow.
So it might be a better idea to focus on the high school topics. Although I know how to do basic calculus.
So ano yung ginagawa ninyo dun sa mga competitions kung saan ka nagjo-join? Pinapasolve ka ba nila ng mga 3,400 times 750? Mga ganyan ba yung ginagawa doon?
There's actually many different types of math contests. The one that most people know is like the quiz B type,
right?
Which is that they give you a question and you have like maybe 15 seconds or how many seconds to answer and you give the answer. Like
anong klase?
That's
example.
The short. I'm not sure how they call it, but that's mostly a speed contest.
Speed contest.
Yeah.
So gaano ka laki yung pinapa-times?
It's not like that. It's also problem solving, but it's simple. Simple lang. Like what's asked in a textbook.
Katulad ng?
Like, for example, in the equation 4x plus 8 is 16, what is x? Like those things.
Okay. Hindi ko alam yung mga XX na yan.
And another type is the short answer. Answer. But you mostly have approximately like 5 minutes per question. It's like in a test. Okay. For example, just think of like your math periodicals. And there's like questions, like there's multiple choice there. But the questions there are much harder than the regular school material. So,
ang gagawin, halimbawa, tatanong kayo yung mga ganyan equation, yung mga x,
no, it's
something,
not like
something,
those.
tas 15 seconds, sasagutin mo na.
That's a different type. That was the quiz B type. But what I'm talking about now is like a short answer test. It's like a test, really, literally like a test. Like the one that's printed out on a paper.
Okay. Meron daw isang sinalihan ka na 9 hours kailangan sagutin?
Yes, 9 hours for 6 questions. That's for the Olympiad type. I joined the International Mathematical Olympiad, and that's the largest and most prestigious scientific Olympiad. And in those contests, very different from the previous 2 types. You have to be able to write a proof rigorously. So it means that there should be no holes. Like when you say something, it has to be always true for like all the cases.
Farrell, curious lang ako, kapag ang isang bata magaling sa math, Ano yung nagiging trabaho nun in the future?
There's actually right
Ano bang gusto mo maging paglaki mo?
for me, actually, I have a lot of career options which are very related to math or
Like?
my previous interests like stocks. So one of my possible occupations in the future is being an investment banker. Although that's just one of my choices. My other choice is to be a math professor or to be a data scientist.
Aha, okay, okay. Dapat ata hindi ka pumunta dun sa mga casino kung hindi, ano, na-predict mo na lahat kung ano yung, nabilang mo na lahat ng mga baraha doon.
Actually, yeah, but I don't.
Yung game, ano yun? Game theory ba? Tama
Yes,
ba yun?
but of course, it's not a good idea to gamble since, as you know, you could compute it naman that you're gonna expect to lose.
Okay,
So
okay.
I won't go there.
And speaking of that kind of theory, di ba recently namatay yung
Yes.
si John Nash, yung inspiration for the movie A Beautiful
Yes,
Mind.
and-
He's also a mathematician. How did you feel when that happened?
Actually, I didn't really feel that bad since I knew that he lived a fulfilling life anyway. He was able to do a lot. He was able to develop a very important theory in game theory.
Isa ba yun sa mga idol mo? Meron ka bang mga iniidolo?
He's actually actually, I admire most people who go into math since I actually know that very few people are interested in it. And it's rare for someone who has the interest to actually pursue it.
Okay, ang mga magulang mo ay Chinese nationals, pero ikaw ay pinanganak ba sa Pilipinas?
Actually, my parents are Hong Kong SAR nationals. So
Okay.
that's not mainland China.
Not mainland China.
Yes.
Pero ang citizenship mo ay
Hong Kong.
Hong Kong. Pero gusto mo maging Pilipino?
Yeah.
Bakit?
Because that's the only I've lived here for all my life. I never resided in another country aside from short trips or competitions. And because of that one, that's the only culture I identify myself with.
Anong pakiramdam mo nung merong, yun nga, sinasabi, pinag-uusapan pa sa Kongreso na bibigyan ka ng Filipino citizenship?
Well, I was happy about that, not for my own good, but I was happy that the Congress and the Philippine government especially is giving some attention to mathematics and science. Because like before, mostly only sports being talked about there. But it's good now that they're giving attention to math.
Okay, Farrell, maraming mga bata natatakot sa math. Yan yung dinidread nila na subject. Ano ang advice mo or masasabi mo sa mga bata para hindi naman sila matakot sa mga numbers at magkaroon sila ng interes sa math katulad mo?
Actually, I believe that in lower levels, what makes people scared of math is usually the social stigma, like what other people think about it. Like when they hear their friends saying that math is hard, they're gonna also think it's hard even before they actually think about it. So actually, that's a main cause. So I think the main advice to like elementary school students is to always remember that it's something that's interesting. On the other hand, for like higher level students, I think the most important thing that makes them scared of it is that they don't have much fundamentals. Like they don't know the basics yet. So once they see the hard ones, obviously they won't be familiar with the symbols and they'll get scared of it.
Marami kasing mga bata iniisip na hindi ko naman magagamit ito, mga trigonometry, mga sine, cosine, mga ganyan. Parang hindi ko naman yan magagamit kapag nagtatrabaho na ako. Hindi yun totoo.
Actually, to some extent, the math that's taught at school is not only to learn like what's algebra, to learn this one. The main thing there is to learn the analytic skills. Since math usually you have to solve problems, so you have to actually analyze things.
At magagamit mo to sa...
Which will be used in any profession.
Alright, maraming salamat sa iyo, Farrell Wu, isang math wizard and soon to be Filipino.
Yeah.
Congratulations. Salamat po.